telling all flock members, if you want to become truly elite, for just $1 a month, you too can become an elite bad bird. Check out my Patreon account. Link is in the description.
Hello there, my flock and EBB members. The Bad Raven is back to do a great video for you today. I was contacted by the director to do a review of an indie film that you can tell by the description is called Camp Death 3 in 2D. I was kind of scrolling through my emails and I saw a particular email from the director of this movie, Matt Frame, and he asked if I would like to join in to him getting more exposure for his movie, horror film comedy, I guess, to see if I would like to maybe do a review of it or share it on my Facebook or YouTube, whatever avenue I had. He would supply me a screener of the movie, and I was very, very happy to do this because one of the reasons, if you know anything about the channel, I wanted to do this type of stuff is to eventually be able to review upcoming movies or current movies, so I could, maybe do this business for a living. So I was jumped at the chance to have somebody from that field to actually ask me to do an honest review of their movie, and that's what I'm here for. The Bad Raven is here to review movies, and I was very surprised with the subscriptions I have. I'm not a very big channel, but I was really, really happy that he reached out to the Bad Raven, and he put a special thanks on the IMDb page that says thank you to the Bad Raven. So if you want to check that out for doing a review. So this is my review of Camp Death 3 in 2D, and I'm just going to tell you what I thought of it. I'm going to give the whole movie away because you want to watch this movie because it is being released on Amazon Prime Video on the 15th. You can watch it on there, and you can check out their Kickstarter page. I think they've got a GoFundMe type thing on the computer. You can add some stuff too, but it has been released. This movie has been released at some film festivals and won 4 awards. As far as what I've checked out, I was just kind of excited to watch this because I love horror and I love horror comedy, and this is basically making fun of Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D, hence the in 2D thing. So I was really looking forward to watching this. That being said, this movie isn't your regular comedy. You can tell that this had several different writers involved in it. I guess I should kind of go over who is in it and the director. Of course, like I said, Matt Frame is the director of it. The 2 main writers, I guess I would say, is Chris Allen and Catherine Alpine, and there was like 19 other writing credits in it, because I think what they said is, and what I've read about it in there, that they let a lot of the actors kind of come up with some of their own stuff as they wrote this movie, and I think that's why I'll get into my review about some of that. But also, let's see, the main principals in this, Dave Panook, I think is how you pronounce it, is Todd Bogjumper. Angela, there's some wild names on here. Galapoulos is Rachel Diaz. Darren Andrick as Mel Bogjumper. Emmy Docker as Amy Henderson. And Chris Allen as Barry Brown. That's just the group, sort of the group of the some of the counselors and stuff like this. But let me kind of tell you a little about the story. It's basically Friday the 13th, like I said, because the name of the actual Lake is his own. It's called Camp Crystal Meth, MEPH. But there's one of your strange things. I kind of like that Camp Crystal Meth because it was a little funny title for the camp. The killer's name is not Jason, of course, but he is just definitely a Jason derivative. Johan Van Dam, I think is what they called him. And you're basically jumping into a story where he is, like at the beginning of it, assaulting a counselor, like in part 1 of Friday the 13th, where Mrs. Voorhees gets decapitated. You get the same storyline as far as that with the mother, the head type thing. So that's kind of like, I'm just trying to give you like a setting. And supposedly he has been vanquished for a while and nobody's ever seen him again. The Von Dam, Johan killer. And he's got a mask too, a little simple mask type thing. A little more karate looking type bad guy, I guess you could say. Got like a black, look like dojo thing on. Anyway, he's supposed to be disappeared, and they're opening up the camp again, like they do in all the Friday the 13th movies. They're opening up Camp Meth, Crystal Lake, to for more people to come. And what it is they've changed it into, instead of just regular kids, they got from the mental institution, I guess, mentally ill patients, come there to, I guess, work out their problems. But the actual counselors are just as screwed up as them, basically. And this is basically a low-budget indie movie. So kind of keep that in mind when you see the picture and stuff, and it doesn't look like one of the major movies that you see at the theater, which I could still, I give them mad props on as much money they had to work with. I think it was around $35,000 or $38,000 to make this. It looked really good as far as looking like a movie for the theater, even though it's not exactly the same type of camera film. I guess it's more digital age. I guess they definitely put money into the movie, I can tell. But anyway, you got to kind of they're going for wild shtick type stuff, wild, crazy antics. And I was telling my son it's more meant for his generation than mine because it's so out there. It's so out there with its comedy, and it's and as for it being they say degrading and all that, I didn't put that into it, and it's very, I guess, shock humor, I guess you could say. There's no nudity in it though. It wasn't like like a Porky's remake. Did just crazy, outlandish type deals. And I'll kind of give you an example. There's a squirrel that attacks the owner of the camp several times, and it's like an ongoing thing. It kind of reminds me of Caddyshack, where he gets attacked several times in it, and that kind of grated on me after a while, after you've seen it a million times. But it was kind of neat because the squirrel kind of looked like the groundhog from Caddyshack. And also, it's another strange thing. They had a puppet used in a couple scenes in the beginning. I don't want to give away why the puppet was used because it was kind of funny. I like that, kind of like that. It's very foul language throughout the movie. You expect that from a rated R horror, either a movie or a comedy, but they used it for all of its intents and purposes of catching you by surprise, I guess. But you got the puppet, you got a Star Wars type theme section to show you how far it goes out through there, riding the speeder bikes like in Return of the Jedi through the forest of Camp Crystal Meth. You have lightsabers being used around through there. So you've got a very strange, I think even one of the characters breaks out in a song like out of a Disney movie in one part of it, character. There's like 10 mentally ill patients at this camp, and they all have their degree of insanity. One loves potatoes. One's, like I said, the one that breaks out in song is the one that's like, don't touch me, I'll kill you type deal. Then you got the New York type girl, the same type of thing, don't touch me, I'll kill you. You got the kind of the sex crazed, I think she's Australian, I'm not sure. woman in it. You got the Asian quiet, crazy type, silent type. It's got your all different types of characters you could think of in this movie. And like I said, it goes on this adventure of Johan, and is he actually one doing the killings of the camp? And it's like Friday the 13th, that people like, y'all get killed off one by one. I don't think I'm killing anything in the movie because I think I said that in the trailer. Definitely watch the trailer before you watch the movie to kind of see if it's your type of movie. But I don't want to send anybody over there that's going to get offended, because it's what it is. It's supposed to be offending, and that's its humor of it. It's trying to offend you in some shape or form. And like I said, it's not for everybody, and they have got a lot of flack on it, but that's what they intended it to be. They go on the adventure with Johan through the thing, try to find out if he's been the killer. It's kind of hard to watch all the way through to I think it's like 88 minutes, because it's here and there and here and there. You want to know how it ends, but it's kind of one of those movies that you kind of take your brain out of your head and just let it go. Just let it run from beginning to end. The acting, you kind of can't gauge the acting because they're acting so outlandish. Their acting is way over the top. Every character is way over the top, so you get total craziness throughout the movie. If you're looking for sane movie telling, you're not going to get it in this movie. I don't want to be too negative on it, because it is an indie film, and they are aiming to be so outlandish. They are shooting for a different demographic than me, and I understand that. So that's why I don't want to, give it a total bad review. I'm just saying, for me, it wasn't my cup of tea. It wasn't what I consider humor, even though one part of it, and it's in the trailer, so I'll give it away. The owner of the property's wife gets out of a van, and she's like running. It kind of reminds me of like Christine, when the guy runs down the middle of the street and the car is coming at him. Well, she's running down the road right in front of the van, but she's like, like taking like baby steps, and the van's just barely following behind her. That kind of got a humor for me. And the relationship between the owner and his wife is kind of had a little funny turn. That was the state of my humor. You can see what I like is humor. I was open to anything, though. Like I said, it wasn't my cup of tea. I do stress you go watch it if you do like, like I said, outlandish humor with language, strong language, and some really wild imagery, maybe some disgusting imagery in some parts of the movie. Then you need to check it out. I mean, at least give it a shot and see what you think about it. Because like I said, I give them all the mad props of putting a movie out there that's its own beast. I know it's a parody of a Friday the 13th movie, but still, it's definitely its own movie when it comes to the beginning and all through it. They're definitely using all kinds of creativity, whether it be the creativity I like or not. You may enjoy, but I can't recommend it for me, but you may really like it. But I definitely want you to check it out on Amazon Prime. It is being released on the 15th. Definitely check it out and see what you think about it. It may be a classic in your eyes, and that's all in the eyes of the beholder. I mean, everybody likes different things, and I understand that. But I'm just so grateful to Matt Frame, the director of contacting the Bad Raven, and giving the special thanks on there. I appreciate it, and I hope to see more stuff from him as he develops and grows as a filmmaker, and I hope I get to review some more of his stuff. And Matt, like I said, the Bad Raven is very, very happy to get to watch it, and I hope that you have a very big success with this. And I also like to say, everybody out there, if you want to, we have the Patreon account. If you want to get a band that says support the Bad Raven right here, and name at the end of every video, please do so. We would be glad to get any kind of support from the flock and anybody that wants to upgrade to EBB. Remember, the Bad Raven is your friend, and if you want to watch any kind of reviews or just some type of unboxings and then we got all types of different videos here. Just come back and check us out. And I'm gonna let you go and talk at you later. And goodbye.
The Bad Raven would like to thank the very first Elite Bad Birds member, the New York Dragon. Join him